The next song we have is Maybe One Day. I knew that I wanted this album to have a very consistent flow, or at least attempt to. There's some spots where it's a little chaotic, but I'm a chaotic person, so I've just, you know, this is just how it is. I'm very proud of the flow from Insecure When I'm Dancing into Maybe One Day, Reprise. Yes, this is a reprise. I really wanted to come back to some of the ideas from my first album because I really like albums that do that. I really want to take note of Lorde's Melodrama because that will forever be one of my favorite albums. It helped me through a lot in high school, and I felt very inspired by some of the things that Lorde did on that album. One of the things that she does do is she has a reprise towards the end, and I just thought that was very interesting. You know, that's something that you see more in musical theater and Broadway. It was an element that she included on her like pop album. I like it when artists take elements from other genres of music and like include it into their album, like overtures on pop albums or reprises on pop albums. I think those are really cool concepts that make an album what it is. It's a listening experience, you know? It tells a story, and I really like that. The Maybe One Day reprise definitely is going back to the original Maybe One Day, and just, it's a little bit more melancholy and longing for something. It's got some rain in there. I thought that was kind of cool. I try to include some nature sounds and some soundscapes to kind of get you in the song, you know? You want to feel like you're standing in the rain or in Burnt Out. I didn't even address the fact that I used a train. Yeah, that was the sound of a train at the beginning, and I just wanted the listener to feel like they were in my shoes, or that they're just standing there and they're just experiencing everything. I wanted it to be like a listening experience more than just, oh, Sam Harvey released another album. Oh, there you go. Golden Sunshine was the second single I released from Mediocracy at its finest. I released it before I returned to campus my sophomore year. It tells the story of a romance, plain and simple. Just those sweet moments that they're just the sun and you are standing beneath their rays, and you're basking in it, and it feels nice and warm. I really wanted to just embody those wholesome moments. Some lyrics that I'm proud of are definitely the bridge. She's got these eyes, so easy to get lost in, and her voice will carry like a song. She's so sweet, like honey in some tea, and I never would expect a sunshine girl to love a moonbeam like me. I think there's something really sweet about that song, even still after the whole relationship ended. There's something very wholesome in there. I think it tells a snapshot of what that romance was like, because after that all the other songs are kind of about heartbreak and sad things, and I think that song is just the perfect snapshot of the good parts of that relationship. After that, we have Mediocre. I have a soft spot for this song because it's why the album got its name. It's a song about me feeling like I'm mediocre. Whatever I do, it's not gonna be great and fantastic. It's just gonna be, no, that was alright. Yeah, good job. I kind of wanted to just externalize that thought process and be like, this is how I feel, you know, like this is it. And then the story in the song is kind of going and going and going, and then the end of one of the verses, it's like, well, you know what, if I'm gonna be mediocre, then I'm gonna be the best mediocre thing you've ever heard. It's going to be mediocrity at its finest. And that is end credits. That is the first time in the whole album where the album title gets referenced within one of the songs, and just, I think there's a lot of power in that. It sounds like I'm just like getting down in the dumps and I'm like criticizing myself way too much, but in a way I find it empowering. It's like, listen, if this is what I am, then I'm going to do the best that I can within there. Maybe I'm just a hypocrite, but I think there's something really cool in that message. If you're gonna categorize me as one thing, then I'm gonna make sure I do the best job that I can at this thing. Recently, one of my friends actually told me that they listened to the album, they were like, that was more than mediocre, that was great. Like, you gotta be kidding. I was like, thank you. accept a compliment sometimes, but thank you. Next, we have the beginning of the end. This was one of the last songs that I had put together for the album. I felt like I needed another song within the storyline because some of the original songs that I wrote just were not working anymore. I wanted to do something kind of different. I also wanted to have another interlude sort of thing. So we have Golden Sunshine, so showing that snapshot of this relationship, and it's very wholesome, very loving, and then we kind of move away from that idea. We go into Mediocre. I start talking about my fears and my insecurities. Self-acceptance is kind of the moral of the story of that song, and then we move into the beginning of the end. Things start falling apart. We have question marks all over the relationship, and this is the first few hints that the relationship is going south. This is the turning point for the relationship that was mentioned in Golden Sunshine. She said, "It had been so long, I forgot you were real." The whole song's based off of that one sentence. It was more of an experimental approach with this song. It was new for me. I'd never really done anything like that previously. After that, we kind of jump into all hell breaking loose.